We are simple human beings living in a simple world where our most popular shows are Game of Thrones and Breaking Bad. We all agree that Breaking Bad's ending was great and Game of Thrones trash. And people such as ours are the most common. Then some of us start talking about shows like The Leftovers, BoJack Horseman, Fleabag, Mad Men, and so on. However, all these shows are indeed great. They all have something special about them and they are fascinating shows in their ways. But while looking at the graph of popularity, you will see the more the show is about characters, the less popular it goes. Although I am not blaming them because they deserve their praise. And also shows such as BoJack Horseman, though are not as famous as Breaking Bad, still loved by a lot of people. But they are conventional in some sense. And while looking at my vast watch list of TV series, there is this one show that moved me unlike anything else. And that is Dekalog. Dekalog is a show with 10 episodes with 10 different stories centering on 10 Bible commandments. It was a Polish show aired in 1989 and created by the great Polish director Krzysztof Kieslowski, who had also made great movies such as Three Colors Trilogy and The Double Life of Veronica. Of all the Dekalog episodes, I would like to give a recap of the 4th episode, which I think is worth describing to understand the depth of the series. Spoilers will follow, so you can skip to the conclusion from the time spans. The episode starts with the introduction shot of the two lead characters, Anka and Michael, the daughter and the father. The first scene shows Anka pouring a jug of water only so that she can splash that on her father, and therefore she does so. A few moments later, her father takes his revenge. This reflects an intimacy between them that is wholesome but unique for a father and a daughter, and this wholesome intimacy only goes further. In between these scenes, Anka is shown to find an envelope where it's written "Open after my death." It's from her mother who had died when Anka was 5 days old. When her father is away on business, Anka rediscovers this envelope and finds a letter in it, and over the letter it is written "For my daughter Annie." When her father returns, Anka goes to the airport and repeats what the letter said. However, the interesting thing is what the film reveals later, that she never opened the letter but copied a duplicate one, forging her mother's handwriting. The letter followed as she made up that Michael was in fact not her father. Now, why Anka does that is not clear. It may be because Anka is an actor, and being so, Anka thinks of bringing fiction to life and playing a role. However, when her father does not deny her false claims, she gets ironically shocked, even though it is not something exposed through her face. But in reality, her father does not even know what was in the letter. Therefore, he slaps her on the face and leaves, for he deals with a shock as well. And Anka goes to his boyfriend's mother and tells her she wants to marry her son as soon as possible because
Nie jest moim ojcem.
Although when she returns home, she comes across her father and loses their anger. Now begins the agony of the realization of the truth. More so than the truth, Anka starts to express her suppressed sexual feelings towards her father, which she always felt. She realizes the same feelings her father might have felt too, for they were not actual father and daughter. This is where it becomes the perfect depiction of Electra complex. Electra complex is the exact opposite of Oedipus complex, which is when the son hates his father and wants to have sex with his mother, though not literally but insentient. The term came from the Greek tragedy Oedipus the King by Sophocles, where Oedipus unknowingly kills his father and marries his mother. Electra complex arrives from the Greek mythological character Electra, who kills her mother and stepfather for revenge for her father's murder. However, all these attractions are never conscious. And that is exactly what happens in Dekalog 4. Anka talks about her hidden sexual feelings for her father that she had from a young age, though they were never literal sexual feelings, only the desire of getting stroked in the back when she cries, thinking about his hands when someone touches her, or all the things her father did for her which grew her sexual awakening. And along with desire comes anger, which she reflects too. She reveals being pregnant once but not having the baby because she didn't want to make her father happy. However, these things never turn into incest but stay linear. When they express all these realizations, the next day Michael goes out to get milk, but she, being afraid of him leaving her, tells him the truth.
Ja sama napisałam to, co czytałeś, to, co ci powiedziałam na lotnisku.
Therefore, they both decide to burn the real letter without ever reading it, and this scene is even more perfect for showing Electra complex. The definition follows a girl's psychosexual competition with her mother for possession of her father. In this case, the girl won the competition. Albeit the letter does not burn completely, and the very few words that get left unburned follow.
Michał nie. Dalej spalony.
And here arrives the definition of magic realism that this episode carries as heavily as it carries Electra Complex. Magic realism is another literary or artistic genre in which realistic narrative and naturalistic technique are combined with surreal elements of dream or fantasy. Dekalog IV is filled with such surreal elements, as the feeling Anka talks about knowing the woman knows whose child is in it when they are pregnant, or coincidentally writing a forged letter exactly what her mother wrote, or finding the man with the boat, both when the desire to know what's in the letter is at their peak. They are magical moments, however not unrealistic. These create a godly presence in the episode, as all the other Decalogue episodes do. Because in the end, Decalogue is indeed about Bible's commandments, and the very first episode shows that no matter how advanced technology becomes, God will remain superior. Dekalog IV that tells honor thy father and thy mother is indeed another reflection of how God watches over us, as they do to these characters. There is a sense of connection between the characters without only the connection between the father and the daughter. It is not only their choice but natural forces too that take a part in their lives, because in a way the man carrying the boat does change her mind about opening the letter. It develops the saying of Arthur Schopenhauer, man can do what he wills but he cannot will what he wills. It is as humans that we believe we can control our consequences is fundamentally wrong. We believe that we do what we choose to do, but in reality we don't choose what we choose, and everything we choose is based on God's choice, and we are being controlled for our purposes as is every other animal. The only difference is that we can think. And that goes just only one episode. Each episode is filled with massive undertones and ambiguity. Decalogue is a mystery, as is God and the universe. Everything is a mystery. However, in this mysterious life, there are some rules that we must know and obey because we don't have any other choice. And all those rules convey one common feature, which is reality. In every Decalogue episode, the character derive a realization, the realization of the truth. A truth they didn't expect to be so dark as they were. And Krzysztof Kieslowski's revelation of that truth is under reality. The character doesn't seem distant but unbelievably close, and the incidents are from everyday lives that we all can relate to some extent. All episodes are not just dramas but a combination of various genres. However, their expression isn't so hyper but sublime, which results in low attention, but when one does see Decalogue, they perceive the magic. So that was the video. Check some other videos of this channel and hit that subscribe button if you like them. Till then, this is it and thanks for watching.